Hamstrings and glutes at Elite. I cannot wait to show you this one. All right, guys and girls, here we are. It is Tuesday, and I have hamstrings and glutes. So what we want to get in here to do today is I'm splitting my leg day this week. This is not something that happens all the time, but it's the way my split fail. And honestly, I wanted to do it. So what you'll do, and you'll see through here, is I hammer through hamstrings and then I go right into glutes to finish these things off. It took me about 55 minutes total, and let's get and show you exactly what I did. All right, exercise 1 in rotation here. You haven't seen me do this in a long time. It's a single leg curl. This is the old school Cybex piece that Dwayne has, and I freaking love it. So I worked up to 4 quarters on each side, and then I did a triple drop. So with that, my goal was 8 to 10 on every one of these sets, really trying to squeeze and drive with that hamstring. I love this because each leg has to work independently, and for me, when I'm hitting this, I'm thinking about spiking that toe on a back double bicep, on a back lat spread, and really driving all that detail in there. So with this, kicking off with single leg curls, great piece, triple drop.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Exercise number 2 in rotation is going to be a seated leg curl. I did 2 sets that we did not film. The first 2, I did 12 and 12 partials. The second one, I moved the weight down the stack and did 10 and 10 partials. And then you see me here doing the entire stack for 8 reps and then 8 partials. This little technique of 8 full, 8 partial, and pyramiding down in weight, but then also decreasing my reps while I'm doing it, feels incredible, brings a huge pump to my hamstrings, and primes me for what I'm doing next. Banded lying leg curls. So what you'll see me do here is I'm actually on the deadlift platform at Elite on the band pegs. And all I'm doing is taking an orange, long, thick Elite FTS band, strapping it across the deadlift platform, laying down, face down, and just doing a lying leg curl. My thought process with these are driving up explosively to a hard contraction. This is not your standard leg curl, not like you would do if you did like a pin selected leg curl. With this, I'm forcefully trying to be as explosive as humanly possible, and if anyone knows the anatomy of the body, the hamstring is built with tons of fast twitch muscle fiber, so I'm trying to trigger that growth here. Immediately off of that, I stand up, walk over to the Legend RDL here. I'm just gonna do 2 plates aside here, so I'm not breaking the brain with weight, but I'm thinking about driving the hips back, fully stretching the hamstrings, come up to a full glute contraction. So with this is my carryover exercise. This is stretching the hamstring, but contracting the glutes. So it's bridging the gap between what I'm going into next, which is gonna be my primarily glute mass builder. All right, so coming off of that RDL, I want to do something to really truly activate glutes from my hamstring all the way up to my low back. And to me, the rounded back hyper is where I do that. So with this, what we want to think about is tuck my chin to my collarbones, round my upper back, get a good lengthened stretch on the hamstring and glute, and then come up to a full glute contraction, 10 out of 10. With these, I'm only doing body weight today because this is my activation glute exercise. Some would technically say, hey, didn't you do that with the RDL? And the answer is yes, but with this, it's even more so turning the full glute on. Then from there, I go and walk back to the back room and do the Nautilus glute bridge. So work up to 5 plates here, and I just wanted to get 10, and that was a great set. Like, I felt really good about that because I really controlled the negative portion, but then exploded up, working crazy hard and powerful with the glute here on this glute bridge today, where next week when I do the glute bridge on my base leg day, that'll be a more slow and controlled, more deliberate motion. So today, ripping weight on the glute bridge. And then last thing here is gonna be abduction, ABD. So I just pinned the stack on there, so I think it's 200 here on this nautilus piece. Do as many as I can, drop it to 140, do as many as I can, and then drop to 110 and do as many as I can. I just laugh because that's how badly my glutes are burning if you can't see the pain on my face. So if you look, the totality of this session is a bunch of exercises. Yes, pump was crazy. The purpose and intent on every exercise was to the point and exactly what I needed for my body and physique. So a bunch of leg curls, an RDL to lengthen the hamstring. Then I'm gonna do an activation of the glute into a primary glute builder of the glute bridge, and then finish up with a pump exercise in the abduction. So again, not a ton of glute heavy work because I'll come back and hit my glutes when I do my base leg day, which will be a leg curl and abduction, so ADD, adduction. Then I'll do a glute bridge, then I'll get into 2 quad movements. So if you look there, how I'm gonna split that leg day up, I'm gonna get after those glutes again. So I don't wanna break the bank with volume with glutes, where if you notice, I did a lot of hamstring stuff in terms of volume. So if you like this video, guys, like, share, and subscribe. If your hamstrings or glutes are lagging, this is how I'll suggest you attack them. Have one day where you dedicate to hamstring and glute, and you have the next day where you do a little bit of everything. So hamstring, adductor, glute, and quad. So that's for someone who is a little bit more quad dominant like myself. So if you want to get your legs more well-rounded, more well-developed, this is the kind of stuff I suggest and recommend you do. Until next time, like, share, subscribe. Krubman TV.